Hello, challengers. This is the Poke League, and today we're going to be talking about Sun and Moon.
So, Pokemon Sun and Moon. It is currently October. As the time of the recording this it is October 1st, which means there is only 1 month left to help until Sun and Moon comes out, and I am personally excited for it.
Me too. For me personally, it's going to be my first delve back into Pokemon since
I think the original
Ruby Sapphire.
the original Ruby Sapphire, not the remakes. He has played the remakes and X and Y a little bit, but he really couldn't get too far into it because they were just way too weird. But now with, the newer systems and everything, he can actually get into it when everybody else does.
So, this is, like I said, this is going to be my first jump back into the series with Sun and Moon. I'm really excited for it.
And this will not be my first delve back into the series for a while. I've been playing every game that they've released that's Pokemon related, so I'm pretty ecstatic for it. It's only 1 month and then a couple days, so yay!
So, we're just going to be talking about our feelings on different topics that they've shown in the trailers and basically just general discussion about Sun and Moon.
Speaking of trailers, the next information drop is October 4th. So if you didn't know that, it is October 4th. They didn't say how big the information would be, but
it is the final bit of information before Sun and Moon is released.
It is?
I think so. I thought I read that it was the last bit of information.
Huh, I didn't read that. All I knew was what it was October 4th. Well, it might be the last bit of information, but nothing is ever set in stone. But I'm going to get the first topic out of the way, the Ultra Beasts.
In the most recent trailer, and the last two trailers actually, we've seen these beasts that have weird names.
Currently, there are 3 that we know of, but I'm presuming there will be more. There is UB01, which is a jellyfish type thing, which I will get back to in a minute. Then UB02, and there are 2 forms depending on Pokemon Sun and Moon. For Pokemon Sun, it's UB02 Expansion, which is a big red thing. I don't really know what to call it. It looks like a mosquito on steroids. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You're right. You're not far off.
And then for Pokemon Moon, there's UB02 Beauty, which, in my opinion, kind of looks like the leader of the Aether Foundation, in a way. Just like,
again, you wouldn't be far off.
Just like UB01 kind of looks like Lily, the professor's mysterious assistant, which we have not seen high nor tail of since the one trailer that mentioned her.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to find out more about her when the game is officially released. Right now, they're probably just trying to leave her as a mystery. Like, we still don't know much about your friend/rival in this generation, Hal. We don't know much about him.
Just like we don't know much about anything. Nintendo, while they have released a lot of information, they really have been keeping their secrets really wrapped up tight. So,
I think personally that the Ultra Beasts are going to kind of be like what the Ultra Beasts are going to be to Sun and Moon, what Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit were to Diamond and Pearl.
By that, do you mean that they're going to have a big play in the story, or?
I think they aren't going to have a big play in the story like they did in Platinum. I think they're just going to be kind of there as like the deity Pokemon for Sun and Moon.
I think that they're going to be somehow linked to the Aether Foundation. I just have this weird feeling that the Aether Foundation is evil, just like Team Skull.
Well, we never know.
But speaking of the Aether Foundation, I haven't seen a lot of people mention this, so I'm just going to get it out there. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I do believe we will see Corliss from Pokemon Black and White, Black 2, White 2, I should say, make an appearance in the Aether Foundation. If you take a look at him, he just looks like he would be a member of this Aether Foundation.
Yeah, I actually brought this up to him while we were talking some time ago. I told him that the members of the Aether Foundation look like Corliss. Almost identical.
I mean, they have the white robe, the just weird, mysterious aura about them, and we didn't know much about Corliss to begin with. Like, I think he said he was from a region that was far away, so, that is also pointing to Aloha, which means I hope they bring back Corliss. I love the character. I want to know more about him.
So another thing that I think a lot of people are also going to want to be talking about are the Alolan forms for the Pokemon. Now, Alolan forms have been very hit or miss with people on the internet.
Some people love them, some people hate them. Some of the more popular ones are things like Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Sandslash, and some of the worst ones to people are Alolan Raticate and Alolan Executor.
So, if you haven't seen a picture of Alolan Executor, we'll try to put one. I'll put a picture in here for you to see. But yeah, you can see that it's a unique.
It just looks so fucking stupid.
Character.
It just looks so stupid. I'm sorry.
And remember, kids, that is a dragon.
Okay, so if you don't know what that means, Alolan Executor is, for some reason, part dragon, when Pokemon like Charizard and Tropius aren't. I don't know why it's part dragon, and personally I'm going to, give it a shot, but I'm not going to be 100% on, ooh, I like it, or oh, I don't, because, grass and dragon have a 4-time weakness to ice.
Another thing that I'm kind of curious about with the Alolan forms, is it only going to be certain Pokemon that have this form, or is it going to, or are we still going to see regular Executor alongside of Alolan Executor? I wonder how that kind of whole thing works.
Well,
because to the knowledge that I know of, Execute does not have an Alolan form.
Well, what I think, you're right. First off, I should say you are right. In the Japanese trailer, that when they released the first Alolan forms, they did show a regular Execute evolving into an Alolan Executor. Again, I do not know how, if it was some type of special condition, or if it was a Leaf Stone. I have no clue. But you are right. They do. It's only Alolan Executor that has the form. Execute does not have an Alolan form.
That's what I thought. I never seen one in any of the trailers.
But there is something else that's kind of, bugging me about the whole Alolan form thing. And that is it only Generation 1 Pokemon that have Alolan forms? Or are we going to see more Pokemon with Alolan forms?
More than likely, there are more Pokemon with Alolan forms. It's just it's the Pokemon, I think, that have had the most, probably, effect done to their region. To whatever their region is. Like Sandslash, the reason it's now an ice type is because of its habitat being completely destroyed by snow.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we see Alolan forms of different Pokemon. One Pokemon I hope that gets an Alolan form, Blossom. Because, it'd be perfect.
It would fit.
Being a hula dancer and all, it would fit. Same thing with Solrock and Lunatone. I hope they get Alolan forms because, Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, Solrock, Lunatone kind of makes sense.
Or, at least have some kind of big, major, integral part with Solrock and Lunatone. If they don't get Alolan forms, have them be something in the game. Have them have some kind of meaning in the game. Other than just be there.
Another thing that I've seen talked around a lot is, and I've not really mentioned this much to you, but do you think Mega Evolutions will be in Sun and Moon?
I personally don't think so. I think they're replacing the Mega Evolutions with the Z moves and in this particular game. I don't think Mega Evolutions are gone permanently. I think in this particular game, it's going to be the Z moves and the Alolan forms that take the place of the Mega Evolutions.
I would solemnly have to agree. As some people may know, Mega Gardevoir is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. And I'm sad that I won't be able to use Mega Gardevoir, but at the same time, the Z moves and the Alolan forms are pretty cool.
But we still don't know. I mean, like we said at the beginning, we don't know. they very well could have the mega evolutions in there. It's just gonna have to be something we wait and find out, and when it comes out, because they haven't really released any information on the mega evolutions. That's why I'm saying that. I think personally, I think that like I said, the Alolan forms and the Z moves are replacing mega evolutions, but we could be wrong.
And I would have to agree. I mean, I do like mega evolutions, but I think the Z moves would be cool to give it a test run and see which one people like more. So another topic I've seen going around, not as much as the more prominent ones, is one of the newer Pokemon, type Null.
I did see this in one of the more recent trailers. It is a very interesting looking Pokemon, and me personally, I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I have to agree, it looks like an evolution gone wrong. I'm just going to point that out. Do with that what you will.
It looks like somebody had a very, very fun time drawing.
I would have to agree. It looks like something that I would have drawn when I was like 5 years old or something. It kind of does.
So, I mean, what do you hope is in the game? What do you hope is in the game?
Well, I would say that I hope that you can customize your trainer, but I see they brought customization back bigger and better than it was in Sun and Moon, including the option of finally removing your hat, which I never really liked having a hat in the games in the first place, so I'm glad they finally got rid of that.
And there could be a more in-depth creation menu for your trainer, but the E3 Treehouse, when they were going to touch on that topic, Masuda was very, very sketchy to talk about that. He really didn't seem like he wanted to talk much about that. He just kind of brushed it off and moved on to the next question.
And in the most recent trailer, they did show that you can customize your trainer with these things called, what were they called? Festival coins? Or festival points?
I believe so. I do believe it was.
It was festival something. And it's really... Are those replacing Poké Dollars? Are they a whole different currency altogether? I don't really know what to think about that.
And, I mean, for me personally in the game, I really don't have very many expectations going into this. Like I said, it's my first dive back into this series since Ruby and Sapphire. I played, like my brother said, I played a little bit of X and Y, and I did replay through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But this is my first full dive back into the series of actually buying a physical copy for myself since Ruby and Sapphire.
That being said, the reason he knows a lot about trainers like, Corliss and all the other trainers from, previous generations after the original Ruby Sapphire is because even though he didn't play the games, he still kept up on the news. And, people, when Black 2, White 2 came out, were talking about Corliss. So that would obviously be something he would keep up on. Another thing that I've been seeing going around is something I hope that's in the game, is traveling to a previous region. Because obviously, with the Totem Pokemon, the battle with the island tribe leader, and the trial itself, the game wouldn't be very long. So I hope that you do get to go to a previous region. That's just my opinion.
I mean, you very well could be able to go back to a previous region. Because, I mean, they've added in now the ability to have Pokemon that are traveling, like a company, like that you can
call Pokemon, like some of the more prominent ones are
Charizard,
Sharpedo, and I believe Mudsdale as well.
Mudsdale, I thought I seen a Buffalon somewhere.
Mudsdale, I know in one of the screenshots I saw somebody writing a Stoutland. So, you have the option to call Pokemon to aid you, and that also might get rid of HMs, which would be awesome, because that means that, you don't have to go to a move deleter to delete a move.
So, can't think of anything else to do with this. Can you?
Nothing really too prominent. Everybody knows the new Pokemon. There's nothing really to talk about there. Everybody will have their own favorites with that. We don't know anything else about the starters or We don't know anything else about Stolgielio or Lunola.
So let us know. What do you guys think? What are you guys hoping to see from Sun and Moon?
What do you want to see in Sun and Moon? What do you not like about the trailers? What's your favorite Alolan form? Do you think Mega Evolutions will be in Sun and Moon?
Put your input down in the comments with all the questions that we posed here today. These are just our feelings. These are just what we feel is going to happen in this game. We don't know anything else besides what we can find in the trailers. We know about as much as everybody else does.
Now, one thing I should say, and I believe I already said this in a previous video, but we do not trust leaks. I know what people down in the comments are going to say. Have you seen this yet? Or have you seen that yet? And it'll take me directly to a leak. I usually, 9 times out of 10, don't trust them because most of the time, they're just false.
Exactly. That's why I only trust information that's been dropped directly from Pokemon or directly from Nintendo.
And that's why I only trust sites like Bulbapedia and Cerellaby to keep me up to date. I don't trust any of these third-party Pokemon websites that do that. That, have official Pokemon Sun and Moon information or whatnot. Because usually 9 times out of 10, it's just fake.
Yep. So again, like we said earlier, answer the question. Give your answers down in the comments. About what you think about Sun and Moon, what you think is going to happen. We should also say that we are going to be doing a review probably sometime in December after we've had a chance to play a little bit of the game. After we've had a chance to play through the game, we are going to be doing 2 different versions of it: a spoiler and a non-spoiler.
As non-spoiler as we can get. There will be obviously some things we do have to mention about the game in order to get the review complete, but we won't mention any of the bigger topics.
Any of the major plots of the story. So if you guys buy the game and don't want it spoiled for you, or you're thinking about buying it but don't want it spoiled for you, then we'll be doing a review for that. If you don't really care either way and just want to see a review on it, you can watch a spoiler walkthrough and hear about the whole story.
And we will try our hardest to get that review out before Christmas, but do not quote me on that, because I will not be 100% certain we will.
So, with all that said, I think that about wraps up this episode.
Follow us on Twitter,
Facebook, and Pokeamino
to keep up to date on everything we're doing and everything that's going on with us.
We barely use our Facebook.
We only use our Facebook for updates on videos. If you want to get us to know us personally, then our Twitter or Pokeamino would be the place to go, and we will post all of our information of our daily lives there. Just getting that out there.
And links to all those places are in the description of the video. Is that it? I think that's about wraps
all
it up.
I can think of.
Alright guys, well, until next time, you've just challenged the Poke League. Later guys.